Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of New Earth Teachings Live. I know it's been a little while since I got one of these up again, but I'm very, very happy to be here with all of you today. Hello, everybody on the chat room. I know people are just starting to file in right now. So, of course, with many of the other New Earth Teachings Lives, we'll be doing some remote healing. That'll be the first half hour. And the second half hour, we'll be going into Q&A, either with myself or with Adronis, depending upon the questions. So, of course, to kick off the show, as we usually do, we're going to start off with some announcements. So the first announcement is Patreon. Now, as I've talked about in a previous video, that I'm going to be hanging up the private sessions here at the end of the year. And starting in late October, I'm going to be switching the New Earth Teachings online classroom into the New Earth Teachings Spirit Ambassador classrooms. And so these are going to involve 2 weekly classrooms, both on Monday and Friday. And what's actually going to happen with the New Earth Teachings Live is it's going to be happening on Wednesdays. So the New Earth Teachings Webcast on YouTube here is going to be going on to Wednesdays at 12 p.m. Pacific, and that'll be starting in November. Then, of course, we'll have the 2 Spirit Ambassador classrooms each week, Monday and Friday. Both of them will be 2 hours in length. And so people can sign up through patreon.com/New Earth Teachings. Now, again, as I said, this new switch won't be happening until the end of October. I've got a couple people asking about the Spirit Ambassador classrooms with Patreon, but that is going to be happening again in end of October, early November, around that time. It's after when I get past all these trips that I'm going to be taking. So I am going to be heading out to Philadelphia here between September 5th and September 9th. Then after that, I'm going to South Africa for about 2.5 weeks. Then after that, I'm going to Japan for 2 weeks. So those are 3 trips still coming. I had a great time with the Spirit Ambassador Retreat. But once I'm done all those trips, then again at the end of October, I'll be setting up the Patreon relating to the Spirit Ambassador classrooms. So that will be available, and I'm going to be doing that more continuously. So my private sessions that you find on newearthteachings.com right now are going to be coming to an end by the end of the year. So around the time of Christmas, that is when they'll be hanging up, because I'm going to be focusing a lot more on teacher and students and not so much clients anymore. So it's going to be a lot more with working with me a lot more deeply, and I'll be having up to 200 students that can enroll within the New Earth Teachings Spirit Ambassador classroom. And you guys will be learning very much what I taught in Mount Shasta, what I'm going to be teaching in Philadelphia, and what I'm going to be teaching in Japan as well too. And there's going to be a lot of information, so we're going to be covering a lot of ground, and it's for people who are just starting out, who are beginning their spiritual journey, or people who have been along the journey for quite a while. And of course, people who have a lot of advanced learning as well too. It's for all levels, all degrees pertaining to one's own spiritual journey. So again, patreon.com/New Earth Teachings. There are currently online classrooms happening here every Monday, but again, that will be shifting at the end of October. Second announcement is the healing code cards. There are now some digital edition decks that are available. Okay, so if you want to grab your deck, you can just go to healingcodecards.com. I also have free samples available on the website as well too. 2 of the new samples that have been added is actually a chemtrail eliminator, and the other one is an immune enhancer as well too, working with your immune system. So you can check those out, but the digital card decks are available on healingcodecards.com. And I know I get a lot of asking about the printed cards. The printed cards are pretty much fully printed now in China, but it's going to take about 4 to 6 weeks approximately for them to come my way. So like I said, it'll probably be happening around the times of October, plus when I'm coming back from Japan. I'll be coming back from Japan around late October. So that's probably when the printed decks will be available for me. So I'm going to be getting them all sorted out. I've already gotten some pre-orders for the printed decks. So that will be a lot of my task coming back home and mailing that out to people as well too. And again, I'll be putting a lot of the printed decks on Amazon, and I may have a few available on hand that people can order manually as well too. So again, more detail around the time of October when that starts to happen. Okay, moving on to our next announcement. For everybody who wants to understand more about their spiritual truth, spiritual understandings, who wants to come for a healing, who wants to be part of a spiritual community, who really wants to meet amazing experts, people gifted in their fields relating to healing, metaphysics, consciousness, channeling, psychic development, intuitive development. All of these amazing people are all under one roof.
The Empowered Light Expo is the greatest exposition of consciousness, exopolitical, and UFO studies I've ever seen.
There are so many intuitive and gifted people who are instruments of the divine, making their products, creating it, selling it, sharing their gifts of insight and wisdom as instruments of the divine.
It is some of the greatest speakers on these topics, talking on things that will blow your mind.
What we are sharing with everybody here is the importance of love, the importance of compassion, the importance of working together, the importance of coming together, the importance of forming community. The demonstration of love will be presented, for it is love itself that expands you into the levels of the highest degrees. Love is always the way. If you're coming to the Empowered Light Expo, expect to be changed.
This can transform your life.
Okay, there we go. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for keeping me on my toes. Not too sure if you guys even got that announcement about South Africa. Well, again, you guys have heard me talk about it before, right? The South Africa tour. You can again go to wonderworld.vacations. We have about 17 to 18 people now that are already signed up. So we already have we got quite a bit of people, but we got a couple more spots left if you want to sign up. It's one of the last chances now to do it. Again, I will be going with Michael Tallinger to South Africa. He will be presenting a lot of insight on the sites that we are going to visit. Adronis is going to come in afterwards and share some additional information, as well as some Q&A with the audience as well too. Then, of course, we're going to have our remote viewing spirit meditation as well too, where we're going to get the group into a circle, and we're going to put spirit's energy into everybody, and looking into remote viewing these sites hundreds, thousands of years ago, as well as in the future as well too, or what we term as the future and the past. I did this in Mount Shasta. We had a great amount of success as well too. So there was a lot of organic research that was conducted as well too, pertaining to Mount Shasta, looking back at Mount Shasta from within 100,000 years in the past and even 1,000 years in the future. And there was some really amazing information that was coming together. Like I said, I'll have to make another video on that because there's some really great stuff. Wonderworld.vacations, so you can click on that, or you can find the website in the video description, or just type in your browser wonderworld.vacations, click on the image, and you'll see a cosmic exploration tour of South Africa. I'm really looking forward to this. It's going to be an adventure. It's from September 19th to October 3rd. So again, feel free to check out the website for more info. Okay, now that that's done, and my microphone is back online, sometimes I forget to unmute it, and that's why you guys are here, to remind me of that. So we're going to go ahead and get started. I have one contribution request here from San B. Luxon. Thank you very much for your contribution. So San, I'll just call you San if that's okay. Hello, Brad. Can you please send healing energy to my sister Rosie? She's been having severe headaches and fevers, and MDs are having trouble diagnosing the cause. Thank you. Oh, well, I'm very sorry to hear that. Okay, so your sister Rosie having severe headaches and fevers. Okay, that may be something relating to an infection or maybe some sort of virus in that way. So what I'll do is I'll connect with Spirit and send Rosie some healing to help with alleviating the headaches. Now, I don't really want to alleviate the fevers, okay, because a fever is actually very, very good because that's our body's natural defense mechanism. It's trying to help with that. So we don't really want to eliminate the fever, right? The fever is actually helping the body to combat some particular type of virus altogether. Now, San, again, if you do have more information relating to what your sister is going through, you can always drop me an email, info@newearthteachings.org. So really what I can do for her today is help to alleviate the headaches. That's not a problem. But it may be something parasitic. It may be, again, some type of infection or virus that she's going through. I just need to have a little bit more information on it. But what I can do for her today is help to alleviate the headaches that she's going through, okay? So we really don't want to harm the fevers. The fevers are actually working in our favor, okay? All right, so I will take a moment now to connect with Rosie. So San, what I want you to do is I want you to just place your hands upon the center of your chest. And what we're going to do, all of us now, are just going to start grounding. Okay, so just placing your feet firmly on the floor. Everyone else, wherever you are in the world, if you're standing up, sitting down, laying down, that's all fine. But now we're just going to ground ourselves. Okay, so I just want you to feel your feet connecting with the ground. If you're laying down, just imagine that these roots are coming out to the bottom of your feet and they are connecting deeply into the earth. And now we're feeling that brown energy of the earth coming up, connecting together with our feet, moving up into the legs, into the waist, this brown energy, and now starting to feel it connect together with our chakras. So moving that energy up through the red root chakra, moving up now to the orange sacral chakra. Moving up next into the yellow solar plexus chakra. Moving up into the heart, green chakra, or the area of the thymus. Moving up now to the thyroid area of the aquamarine or sky blue throat chakra. Moving up now to the ocean blue third eye chakra. And now moving up into the violet or ultraviolet crown chakra. And just feeling the top of your crown unfolding like a fan, and just feeling this rainbow light coming out and cascading itself down your body, connecting with your feet and connecting directly with your perineum. And now feeling this energy field of rainbow light slowly starting to rotate, and just feeling the grounded energy of the earth processing, flowing, working through your body as you are now completely opened and ready to receive spirit energy. So again, San, what I want you to do, again, having both your hands upon the center of your chest, and I want you right now just to close your eyes and visualize your sister right in front of you, right? Just as if she was laying on a bed directly in front of you, okay? And I just want you to place your hands just around the general area to where she is. And I want you to imagine that you're creating a sphere that is completely surrounding her, okay? And this sphere represents a love sphere. So you are holding space. You are putting your pure, unconditional love towards your sister. I think it's very sweet that you're helping out your sister as well, too. That's wonderful. And I just want you to hold that space there as well, too, and allowing spirit energy to work together with her, okay? So with your hands, both, you can also imagine that her hands are upon her chest as well, too. And I want you just to give good intentions and saying, alleviate these headaches that she is going through, alleviate the virus, the infection that she may have within her body as well, too, okay? I will now connect with Spirit. I command Spirit's God light to completely cancel out, eliminate, and purge all these severe headaches that Rosie is facing right now, and to completely cancel out, eliminate, and purge the very virus, infection, bacteria that is responsible for her headaches and for her fevers at this time. Purging that energy up out of her body, putting it up into source consciousness to be 100% purified. And may Rosie's body be free of the headaches and free of the virus, bacteria, infection that is causing her body to respond in this way. Apply. Okay. So, Stan, I just want you to keep an eye on your sister, on Rosie, okay? So I just want you to kind of monitor her status. Let me know how things are going over the next couple of days as well, too. Like I said, you can drop me an email, info@newearthteachings.org. If she does need some additional help, just let me know. Let me know how she's doing. Like I said, we just really want to try and find out what this bug may be. Spirit is working on it right now, clearing out the headaches. And as I get like a photo of her as well, too, I may be able to do a scan, and we can look into it a little bit deeper. But hopefully she's feeling a lot better with what she's going through. Okay? Thank you very much, Stan. I appreciate it. Okay, so let me just kind of move up to the top of the chat here. Hello, everybody. Hello, beautiful beings. Indeed. Love from England and Berlin, Germany, Norway, Germany. Great. I love how we get people all over the world on this webcast. Okay, so I have a request here from KJ. KJ says, Brad, please send my right knee healing energy. Okay, no problem. So, KJ, what I want you to do is I just want you to take both of your hands and just place it upon your right knee, okay? And it's kind of like you're cupping your knee with your hands, okay? And I just want you to feel into the right knee, and I want you just to kind of go very, very deep, okay? So just imagine like there's eyes on your hands, okay? And when you're touching your knee, you're being able to see, it's almost like you're seeing like black clouds or black mist or maybe a redness within your knee. And what I want you to do is with both hands upon your knee, I want you to imagine that there are roots coming out through the center of both hands, and that you are extracting that dense energy from your knees, or from your knee, I should say, not your left knee, just your right knee. But being able to extract that energy from your right knee and being able to place it into both of your hands, okay? So I just want you to imagine like you're just sucking up all of that dense energy, whether it's blackness or redness, whatever it may be, just sucking up all the discomfort, the dense energy, the distorted energy into both of your hands, okay? So I'm just going to give you a moment now while you do that. Okay, and so I will now go ahead and connect with Spirit. I command Spirit's God light to completely cancel out, eliminate, and purge all of the dense energy contained within KG's hands from her knee, lifting that energy up out of her knee, putting it up into source consciousness to be purified, and may KG's knee be completely free of any pain, of any discomfort, and any distorted energies. Apply. Okay. Well, thank you very much, KJ. Again, just keep an eye on your knee. Continue to do some good work with it as well, too. So if it has been very sore, if it has been getting very achy as well, too, it's good to take some nice baths as well, too. Maybe some Epsom salts baths as well, too. Get a lot of magnesium within your body. This is what I'm receiving from Spirit. Put a lot of magnesium in your body as well. Have a little bit of zinc as well, too, right? Take some zinc and just allow this natural process to come through. So Spirit codes are working on the knee right now, but it's certainly recommending some magnesium, like what you get in Epsom salts baths as well, too, going into the skin. And secondly, of course, a little bit of zinc as well, too, that may help. Okay, and remember the BCR technique on my YouTube channel. Okay, if you guys are going through a lot of pain, you go to the BCR technique. Okay, the BCR technique is bringing a lot of pure, concentrated love energy into yourself and now commanding that love energy. Remember, the more love energy that you can cultivate in the most beautiful, blissful way that you can, you're putting all of that love energy in, and now it's of service to you. Okay, love energy is the energy of Spirit. And so we're putting that energy into ourselves, and now we can command that love energy from Spirit to work on any particular areas, physically, emotionally, mentally, that we wish. So again, go onto YouTube, go to my channel, type in BCR Technique Demonstration. Okay, you guys should all be watching that video, because I only got about 3,000 people watching it, and I got 27,000 people on my channel. Why aren't 26,000 people watching that video? Right? That is one of the most important videos on my entire YouTube channel. So please go to the BCR Technique demonstration video. Watch that. You'll see the link below in the video description relating to the Emotional Moods of Entity Attachments PDF. Look into that as well, too. If you guys want my highest advice, you watch that video, and you watch it as much as you can, over and over again until you completely understand the process of the BCR technique. I recommend this so much because it's easy to follow and it's powerful. Okay, if you guys want my advice, that's my advice to you. Go watch the BCR technique video right now if you have to, all right, or after the broadcast. But just make sure you're watching it, okay? It's a very important video, the most important video on my channel, okay? All right, so, okay, here's one from Lady Laser. Now, you said it's not really a healing request, but maybe I'll look into this a bit more. But could you please attract the right doctors to help me with my health issues? Well, Lady Laser, you're the best doctor you could ever ask for, okay? Now, I'm not too sure what you're going through, but the whole idea is if we're working a lot with modern medicine is all about physicality. It's all about looking at the chemical body. It's looking at the cellular body. It's looking at things in a very, very physicalized way. My recommendation for people who are looking for practitioners, if they feel that they're having a bit of a trouble doing it themselves, go to the Eastern way of medicine, okay? Go to Ayurvedic medicine, go to TCM, traditional Chinese medicine. Look into the Eastern philosophies because they incorporate spirit. They start to work with the energy body as well, too, in tandem together with the physical body. No offense to the Western model, but the Western model was too stupid. Right? They know a lot about the physical body, and they know a lot about the chemical body and the cellular body, but they completely disclude consciousness. And any particular medical system, from my perspective, that does that is very stupid. So this is why I suggest going to the Eastern way of medicine. Right? Even if it's shamanic healing as well too, great. But look into the Eastern side. It's not hard to find these people, right? You really don't need my help to discover that. But what I would suggest again is start working with yourself. Start working on your own body as well too. We can completely repair your body, right? I can repair my body. Here's a big secret that I've touched that I'm not sure if I shared with you guys. I haven't been to any Western medical doctor for so many years. Okay, I haven't even touched them. Probably maybe about a decade and a half since the last time I seen them, or around that time. they're useless to me. It's nothing against the people. It's the idea that that medical system is completely useless to me. It does nothing for me. And it does nothing for a lot of people that I've talked to. They throw drugs at you. They throw pharmaceuticals at you. They want you to have unnecessary surgeries. Because, again, that medical system is all about utilizing you as a customer and not a patient. Okay? That's why I don't really recommend the Western medical system whatsoever. I would rather see people going into the Eastern medicine, the Eastern ways of medicine altogether. That is much more reliable, because I've done that as well too. I've gone into the Eastern aspects of things. I've looked in traditional Chinese medicine as well too. I've looked into Qigong. Qigong is also a medicine, right? It's a medical system as well too. And that is powerful, and that has helped a lot with my healing. But of course, now doing spirit codes, and of course, doing the healing code cards as well too, does incredible things. Okay, so Lady Laser, my recommendation is just center yourself, go into meditation, and look into Eastern medicine. Okay, if you're having a hard time yourself, all right, that's understandable. But look into Eastern practitioners. Okay, look into medical Qigong, look into Ayurvedic medicine, look into traditional Chinese medicine, look into shamanic healing as well too. Those are some really great examples as well too. There's plenty of people within your area. You just have to put that intention out. You don't need me to do it for you. Put that intention out as you meditate, and they will come to you. Okay, that's all it takes. It's easier than you think it is. One of the most important things that we do not realize, guys, when you're struggling, it's because the struggle itself is what makes everything so difficult. You continuously put so much lack into yourself, preventing yourself from actually being able to go into love to make things easier. And I can guarantee you that when you go into love energy, things become simple. But you have to value yourself. You have to open yourself up. You have to trust yourself. You have to go into those love states and saying, I need help. Universe, God, Spirit, please send me help. And it will come just like that. I'll tell you guys another short story as well too. On my way to Mount Shasta, my car broke down. Right, it overheated. I had to pull over to the side of the road, and I was freaking out. So, oh my God, what's going on here? And so I opened up my car, and then opened up the hood of my car, and it was basically low on coolant. But I was basically just calling out for help. I said, I don't know what's going on, what's happening here. A few minutes later, this tow truck driver drives by and parks right behind my car and is completely there for assistance because I put out that call for help. I'm not a mechanic by any means, right? A few minutes later, I noticed this tow truck driver came down. I was able to calm myself down and say, okay, maybe I can get some help. If I can get some help, someone help me. And so in the meantime, I was looking at my car, and it was just a coolant issue. But nonetheless, a tow truck driver pulled over and said, hey, I saw that you're parked over the road. Is everything okay? Do you need any help? There that was, right? What did I do? I calmed myself down. I said, universe, spirit, God, bring a helper. Help me out here. And they came a few minutes later. Lady Laser, that is exactly what you do. Okay? Everybody watching this broadcast right now, that is exactly what you do. You calm yourself down, right? It's BCR technique, right? Breath work. Calm myself down. If I need help, Spirit, help me out. Angels, help me out. Universe, help me out. I need help here. And it will come. Okay? So this is, again, very, very important for you to have faith pertaining to the idea of the love that resides within you. Okay? Do not rely on another person to fix things for you. Okay? That includes myself. I'm here to help you guys. I'm not here to fix you. Okay? I'm here to help. I'm here to assist. Spirit does all the work. When spirit codes come into you guys, that's Spirit doing all the work. I'm just being a facilitator. I'm not healing you guys at all. It's Spirit that's doing that. Okay? Nobody else on this planet can heal you at all. It's Spirit that does that. So this is where you're putting your faith together. This is where you're developing the love within yourself, and that's going to come forward. Okay? So Lady Laser, that's what I suggest to you. Okay? Bring forward the assistance that you feel you need by having Spirit bring it to you, because that's what's going to bring the most valuable, incredible experience to you, to helping you out with what you need. Okay? Thank you very much. Okay, so I got 2 other contributions here from Lydia. Thank you very much. My son-in-law was in an accident at work. He was released yesterday. Please send healing energy to Carlos for a fast recovery. Okay. So as there's not that much specifics about what he's going through, what I'll do is I'll put a luminous veil around him and put spirit codes into that luminous veil, and that will help him with revitalization and recovery altogether. Okay? So Lydia, same thing, just as I told the previous person, is just placing your hands upon the center of your chest. Close your eyes. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. And Lydia, now I want you to see your son-in-law, just like as if he's laying down on a bed. Okay? So Carlos, and I want you just to see that sphere around him. Okay? And I want you now to send your purest loving intentions towards him and his space. Okay? And that you have 100% faith that his vitality will increase and he will go through in recovery pertaining to this accident. Okay? So I just want you to take a minute now just to go ahead and do that. And while you are doing that, I will connect with Carlos's energy. I command Spirit's God Light to completely place a pure, luminescent veil around Carlos's body and bringing forward spirit codes that will increase his vitality, increase his metabolism, increase his immune systems, and increase his ability of bodily repair to bring healing, restoration, and rejuvenation to his body to recover completely from his incident. Apply. Okay. It's going to work on him right now. So Lydia, continue to send your love to him. Just be there for him if you're able to see him in person. Comfort him. Be there. Be a support pillar for him as well too. Okay, he's going to need a lot of that. So just be there for him. Send him a lot of blessings. Put your angels around him. Lydia, you're very connected with angels. Okay, put your angels around him. Ask Carlos to bring his angels in as well too, and they're also going to be working with him additionally to helping him with this state of recovery. Okay, thank you very much, Lydia. All right, I have a second request here from Haycon. Oh, no, it's not a request, it's just a donation. Thank you, Haycon, I appreciate that. Much love. Okay, going down the list here, I'll probably do about 2 more healing sessions, and we're going to get into Q&A. Now this is, again, part of the Q&A, because this is the first question that I'll address when we get into Q&A. It's from Nanda. Hi, Brad, can Adronis share his perspective on the fire in the Amazon rainforest? Yes. We will talk about that once we get into the... sorry, bumped the button. We'll get into that once we get into the Q&A here in just a few minutes, okay? Thank you, Nanda. So, Amazon rainforest, yes. We actually did a healing on the Amazon rainforest when I was in California, right? So, my whole entire group did a very big healing on the Amazon rainforest when we were there. Okay, here's one from Tatiana. Tatiana asks, can I have healing of kidneys, please? Certainly. Okay. So, Tatiana, what I want you to do right now is, if you're sitting or lying down or standing up, my recommendation would either be either sitting or standing up, but just placing your hands upon your kidneys, okay? And what I want you to do, again, is just take a deep breath in. And if you have to stand up, that's good. Probably standing up, I think, will be a lot better for you. And just placing your hands upon your kidneys. And again, imagining that roots are coming out both hands, okay? So with your hands upon your kidneys, you are now just telling both of your kidneys, place all dense energy, all stagnant energy, all toxins within my kidneys into both of my hands. Okay, and I want you now just take a moment just to feel that energy coming into your hands, as I will now connect with Spirit and help you with clearing that energy out. And Spirit will take that energy away for you, okay? I command Spirit's God Light to completely cancel out, eliminate, and purge all dense energies, all stagnant energies, all toxins from Tatiana's hands, from her kidneys, purging them up into source consciousness to be 100% purified, and may her kidneys be restored and rejuvenated back into harmonious health. Apply. Okay. Thank you very much, Tatiana. Okay, guys, healing code cards. Okay. If the BCR technique is not your cup of tea, go with the healing code cards. Okay, there's quite a few decks that are available on healingcodecards.com. Okay, go grab your digital deck. I know a lot of people want the printed decks. They're coming. When they're ready, I'll let you guys know. Keep your shirt on. Okay. It's really out of my control right now. They're just in the process of being printed. They have to be shipped to me, and I got to take care of pre-orders and stuff like that, so it's going to be a little bit busy. So please, in the meantime, enjoy the digital card decks. Okay, so that is available on healingcodecards.com. Tatiana, you can continue to do that with your kidneys as well, too. I have a card there that is called the Kidney Enhancer. Okay, and the Kidney Enhancer does all the work that we just did with your kidneys, but much more on a permanent level. Okay, the good thing about the Spirit Code, the Healing Code cards, is that they're permanent. So when you're actually having any particular problems with your body, you pick up a card and you look at it for 60 seconds. So after 60 seconds are done, if you feel you want to place it upon your body, you can place it anywhere on your body, but here's a recommendation I give. Okay, if you have, like, say for example, a printed healing code card, what you can do with a digital deck, just grab some 4x6 photo paper, put it in your printer, and print out each of the cards. Okay, and then you can take scissors and just kind of cut around the edges, just like I've done here. Now, if you want to put it on your body, like I said, you can put it anywhere, and that's fine. But one of the things I've found the most helpful is taking the card and putting it on top of your crown chakra. Okay, and you're just keeping it there for a few minutes. Sure, it looks silly, but it's doing its job, right? So I have done that as well too, because I've had sinus problems, I've had thyroid problems as well too, and all I've done, like in the past, I put it here, and it helps. I feel a good buzzing energy there as well too, so that's great. But what I find even more effective is when you put it on top of the crown of the head. Okay, the crown chakra is basically taking all that energy and it's absorbing it into your body, and within minutes you're feeling incredible rejuvenation from that. Guys, I cannot emphasize how incredibly frigging awesome these are. Okay, they are by far the most powerful product I have ever created, working together with Spirit, because Spirit is in them. They are alive. They are living cards, which means you can talk to them. You can actually start to talk to them and actually go into deeper specifics with your kidneys, for example, or your glands. You can talk to them and say, I feel like I have this. Can you get this out of the thyroid? You'll just get that feeling of, yes, we can. And so it's there. These cards are very much alive. They're not like playing cards, right? They're very much like the tarot. The tarot is very much alive. But I would say that even the healing code cards are even more alive because they have intelligence to them. So there is that pure intelligence field that is contained inside every one of these cards. And again, depending on the area that you want to work on, you put that intention forward and you can talk to these cards. And they do incredible work. A lot of my healing, a lot of advanced healing that I've been going through has been all thanks to the spirit codes and the healing code cards. So they are remarkable, incredible, fantastic. And I'm going to do everything I possibly can to get these cards all over the world. Okay, that's why I'm basically saying goodbye to private sessions before the end of the year, because I'm going to really focus on this, and I'm really going to focus on my students. That's my goal right now, is to get the healing code cards all over the world, get it into different countries, get it into different languages, and get it out there, because it is the most powerful thing I have ever created with Spirit's help doing that. Okay, so again, Tatiana, thank you very much for your request. Okay, so we're going to end with Susie here for healing, and then we're going to move on to Q&A. So Susie says, hi Brad, could you send some healing for my migraines, please? So again, Susie, with migraines, what you do for the healing code cards, use the brain enhancer. Okay, brain enhancer will completely clear away migraines. Okay, but for right now, yes, I can help you out with your migraines. Okay, so again, just placing your hands upon the center of your chest, and right now I just want you to tune in to your head. Now, a second thing is, if you don't want to put your hands on your chest, you can kind of place them kind of like this. Kind of put them on your head. You can put them on top of your head if you want as well too. Just whatever you feel you want to do that will help you to connect to the energy of the migraines. Okay, and again, seeing the roots coming out through the hands, putting that on top of the head, and just feeling your connection to the brain. And I want you now to tell your brain, completely bring all dense energies stagnant energies that have caused my migraines into my hands. Okay? So bring all stagnant energies, dense energies, and toxins that are responsible for creating migraines into my hands. Okay? So I'll give you a moment to do that now as I connect with Spirit. I command Spirit's God Light to completely cancel out, eliminate, and purge all migraines contained within Susie's head, purging all of the debris up out of her hands, putting them up into source consciousness to be purified, and may her body be completely 100% free of all dense energies causing migraines in her body. Apply. Okay. Thank you very much, Susie. Take another deep breath in, take a deep breath out. And I'd recommend just drinking some water right now, okay? Go get some pure water. Spring water is good as well, too. And just drink some water. Just a couple of glasses. Doesn't have to be overkill, right? But just a couple of glasses to helping you process as the spirit codes work on you to clearing that out, okay? So just drink some water. Get some rest as well, too. Don't do anything too rigorous. Let the spirit codes continue to work on you, okay? Because even though you can sometimes feel an instant effect with them, they're still working on you, right? They're completely resetting the geometry of your body. They're resetting your life codes, your spirit codes. All of it's right now is being reset. So even if it's a little tiny thing, right? If it's, I got a little sore right here, for example, and bam, spirit codes are placed upon it, your entire body is being reset, okay? Your codes within your body that make you in your own prime state are being reset, because this is the intelligence field, okay? The healing code cards do not work with the Akashic field. They work with the intelligence field, just like I talked about in the previous video, okay? So this is blueprint intelligence, template blueprint intelligence that's coming together and resetting your body, even if it's just for minor issues, okay? So let yourself get some rest, drink some water, and even meditate a bit, right? Do some meditation as well, too, and that will help you out as well. Okay, guys, thank you so much, everybody, for the healing requests. So our next step is that we're going to go into Q&A. Of course, the previous question here was about the Amazon rainforest. Okay, so Nanda asked that question to Adronis to share his perspective regarding the fires, because it's not just a fire, there's fires in the Amazon rainforest. Okay, and like I said, with my group in California, when we were doing the Spirit Ambassador Retreat, we did a very deep meditation to summon rain over to the Amazon rainforest. And the funny thing, as soon as we did that, I was looking in the forecast, and the next day it was supposed to be a lot of rainy weather around Brazil. So I was happy to hear that. But we want to continue to do that. Okay, we want to continue to put a lot of intentions, connect with spirit. Okay, don't just work with your own will. Your own will, no offense, isn't that big. You want to work with spirit's will. So you are connecting your will together with spirit's will, and you are commanding that energy through love to bring clouds, to bring rain clouds over to the Amazon and washing out all those fires. A lot of the news media say, that won't work. Complete and total BS. Yes, it will. Do not underestimate the power of human consciousness. Do not underestimate the power of spirit consciousness. So that most certainly can happen. It's our own intention when we fuse together with spirit will, together with our human will. That's what makes it colossal. That's what makes it universally powerful. So we want to take our aspect of intention and willpower and merge that with spirit, and now it becomes universal in size. And now we can put that energy together, and we can send those rain clouds. We can manifest rain clouds over the Amazon, and again, quenching out all of those fires with torrential downpour rain. Okay, it's not little sprinkles. We want torrential downpour, right? It's almost like looking at the flood in the Bible, right? 40 days and 40 nights, torrential downpour of rain. That's exactly what we want relating to the Amazon, okay? So I will go ahead and bring Adronis in right now, and he will share some insight relating to these Amazon rainforest fires. Here we go. we are here at this time, and we bid you greetings, and thank you very much for the opportunity of this interaction today. I am Adronis of Sirius. We thank you very much as it pertains to the question relating to that of the fires that have taken place upon the Amazon rainforest. Now, it is for you to understand that the result of these fires have actually been prophesied for decades. This is not something that has come out of the quote-unquote blue, as you would say. This is all part of a strategic operation to create certain forms of deforestation agendas. So this was man-made fires. Now, some of this was actually caused by what you would term as directed energy weapons satellites. And again, that's all it takes. A small beam of these energy weapons to be concentrated upon a certain area of the Amazon, where there again is a great deal of lush forest that can therefore catch fire quite easily. This is why it was done around the summer seasons. The summer season, as we will say. But again, there is additions to the fires that have already been taken place, because it is looking to become, in that sense, an infernal disaster. Again, a lot of this has to do with greed. A lot of this has to do with control. A lot of this has to do with corruption. A lot of this has to do with the idea of political agendas. It is no more different than what has happened in your California previously pertaining to directed energy weapons, only this time aimed towards the rainforest. And so, these are all part of certain degrees of political movements, political aspects relating to the idea of attempting to further a certain cause pertaining to money situations, finances, again, greed. It is also the idea in that sense that there is frantic behavior throughout many of your quote-unquote elitists throughout your planet, because they are losing much of their empire. They will take it out much on Mother Nature, and the prime space for that to happen would relate to that of the Amazon rainforest. This is all part of what you would know as falling tyranny. And so again, this was all very much a part of their playbook. It has been foreseen for decades. Many shamans knew that there would come a time where there would be a great amount of fire, completely consuming much of the Amazon rainforest. When asked about this to the Mother Spirit, representing that of the Amazon, she just smiled and said, "Even though these fires take place, it will not be the end of me. It will not be the end of nature. For Earth herself is so resilient that no matter how much damage you do to her, she will always regenerate. She will always recuperate. She will always be able to restore herself. But what nature herself is also doing is being a messenger for the idea of enduring suffering. So you can indeed place suffering upon the planet, and she will willingly allow herself to surrender to that suffering, because she is attempting to give you all a message. You must look into your inner political arenas in a greater level of depth to understand that there are many of these controllers doing everything they can, mainly for the means of power, of greed, and of control, and that you are therefore doing your own work to expose their agendas so that they are unable to do anything like that again. This is all the same thing that you have all been experiencing for many years, regardless if it's happening in a town, in a city, on the other side of the world, or in nature. It's all the same thing. And so what you are learning to do right now is to do your own inner work, working together with your own personal resources to therefore expose many of these particular agendas that have been taking place so that this does not happen again. But this is all part of a corrupt playbook that many of your elitists upon your planet are utilizing to further political change to try and getting themselves back into power, because right now they are losing that aspect of what you know as political power. and that they will do these things as well too, to again surmount a great amount of greed, great amount of control and corruption. Humans, you do not need to ask us why all this is happening. It's been happening for a very long time on many different themes of your planet. You already know what's going on. You have to be able to understand how to read the signs of the times. Because when all of this is happening, this is letting you know that the change on your planet is so great. Those that have once been your controllers are completely frantic. They are frantic because they are starting to lose everything. And desperate people do desperate things. And that's what you're witnessing throughout your collective reality. So, do what is appropriate through your own reality and based upon how you receive this. Not through the idea of violence, not through the idea of harsh resistance, but through the idea of exposure, of disclosure. That's why we've termed 2019 as the year of disclosure. That's why 2020 will be the year of exposure. Disclosure year 2. So, when you continue to work together in your own space, with your own love, in your own reality, to that which you know serves you to assist, all of these particular agendas will be exposed. Do not feel that you're leaving it to other people when you are feeling compelled to share something, to do something, because it is collectively that your world will change. It is not up to the few, it is up to the many. All right? We thank you very much for your question. Okay, great. Thank you, Adronis, and thank you very much, Nanda, for your question. So yes, like I said, keep putting intentions towards the rainforest as it relates to rain, heavy rain, okay? Yes, these are all agendas coming out into the surface, all right? Like what's happened with California, what's happened with these whole quote-unquote mass shootings, these false flags, again, that's happening as well too. They are frantic as hell, right? And that's exactly what's happening right now. But they'll try to cover up. They'll make it feel, oh, we're not frantic at all. Everything's cool. We're good. No, they're not, right? The entire mainstream media is going to be completely rebuilt here within the next couple of years as well, too. Between now and next couple of years, there's going to be a massive scrubbing pertaining to the mainstream media. It is no longer going to be as corrupt as it is. There's actually going to be a lot more effort to bring it back into balance. But again, it's like, here's really the whole situation here, guys, and I'll try and be as brief as I can here. When you're looking at the idea of what we term as the white hats, which we often refer to as the alliance, in that sense, you can call them whatever you want. You can call them an alliance, you can call them the white hats, you can call them the good guys, whatever you want to call them. They're not really good guys because these guys have been quite malevolent themselves, but they now have had a change of heart. They now know that they've seen the errors of their ways, and they want to make good on a lot of what's happening. Basically, they're really starting from the surface, and they're drilling down. Okay, and as they drill down, they're going to discover a lot more of these things that are happening because a lot of these quote-unquote white hats and alliance members don't even know a lot of the deep stuff that's been happening pertaining to what we would term as the cabal or the deep state in that sense. They actually haven't gotten that deep with the deep state. They're doing a lot of stuff on the surface right now, and they're going to start drilling down. And as they start drilling down, they're going to see a lot more of these secrets unfolding. That's why we're getting things here at the surface, right? We're looking at things like pedophilia and pedogate, what the Vatican's been doing. We're looking at stuff with child trafficking. We're looking at things with satanic rituals. We're looking at things with mass shootings. We're looking at the Amazon rainforest, etc. All of these things are being disclosed bit by bit because many of the White Hat Alliance members are still very surface-based. There are those that are deeper, but they still have to work with their underlings, so to speak. And the underlings, again, are only very familiar with certain surface-based or maybe a little bit beneath the surface-based matters. But the higher-ups certainly know a lot more. But again, they have to work together with that underlings. And you have to basically treat the public in a certain state of sensitivity because we ourselves, the people that listen to my channel, that watch my videos, you guys are very well informed, right? You're part of that 5 or 6% of people that, again, are much more compassionate, oriented, and go very, very deep. Unfortunately, guys, the entire world isn't like that, right? 90% plus are still very much on the surface, right? We may think, oh, Brad, we can handle it. Yes, you can, because you guys do a lot of inner work. You guys go deep. You guys look into all these experts. You start doing your own work, and you go deep. You understand a lot about extraterrestrials. You understand a lot about angels. You understand a lot about grids and dimensions and densities. Guess what, guys? 90% of the world doesn't even know what the hell we're talking about, right? So this is why they're doing things on the surface level, because many of them are on the surface themselves and they're drilling down. And eventually it will drill down to the point, yes, there'll be a lot more exposure pertaining to extraterrestrials and what's happening in our star system and what's been going on with the bigger picture. But again, we're still in the process of drilling down. That's why everything is still happening very light, because the majority of the people on this planet, 90+% of them, do not know what the hell I am talking about, and many other experts on YouTube that are talking about this, right? They are clueless to that. And that's basically how they're treating this entire thing. We, that's 5 or 6, or maybe in the most optimistic way, 10%, that do know what's going on. Well, this is where our work gets cut out for us. We are helping people, but we have to kind of start from the bottom of the ladder and helping them get up into the top with compassionate service and compassionate assistance, right? You guys are all here to do this, so you have to do it in your own unique way. Okay, it's not just, oh, just throw them over to Brad, or throw them over to Jason Quitt, or throw them over to Matt Kahn, or something like that, right? That's fine, but you guys want to make sure that you're doing your work as well too. It's not up to the few, it's up to all of us, just as Adronis stated. It is the collective that will shift the collective, okay? That's what we're all here to do. The workers are few, but the people ready to awaken are many, and that's what we're here to do, okay? All right, moving down the list here. Going a little bit further. Okay. Okay, so here's the funny thing as well too, guys. So I'm getting another question here about UFOs and wondering, what type of ships they are. Guys, I can't keep track of every single ship that you guys see, right? Neither can Adronis. When those particular spacecraft happen, and when you're seeing like stars, lights powering up brightly, then moving away rapidly, oh, what type of ship was that? Guys, there are countless ships that are like that. You can't just say, oh, well, a certain civilization does that. No, guys, many different civilizations have the same kind of technology, right? They're all basically engineered by common beings. Sometimes we even engineer ships that we give to extraterrestrials, right? Because there's a trade. There's a trade commerce on a galactic level where there are many beings that come here to Earth, and there's a lot of these hidden SSP bases and installations that actually design these ships and trade them for other ships. So sometimes it can be our own design. Sometimes it can be Syrians, sometimes it can be Arcturians, sometimes it can be Pleiadians, but it's not about just saying, oh, Brad, well, there was this thing in the sky and it kind of blipped and then, psh, what was that? I can't tell you that, guys, right? That's something that happens a lot, and we can't just look at it through a blip and saying what that was, right? I would have to basically be there with you and see this for myself, and then I can certainly tune into that. But if with very vague sharings like that, it's very, very difficult to try and pin down what that is, because it's like looking at, well, this drop went into the ocean. Where's that drop right now? Because that's like the same analogy, okay? Tom asks, let's see, Adronis, can you talk about the technology used by the ancient Incas and Egyptians to create those perfect laser cuts in stone? Okay, yes, I know the ones you're talking about as well, too. Okay, so let me bring Adronis in, because it's quite an interesting question from Tom, and he can share some insight on this. Thank you very much, Tom, for your question. As it relates to what you would refer to as etchings, it's not actually an etching. It's the idea of manifestation. It's the idea of what you would know as particle rearrangement. Now, when your scientists look at these particular etchings in stone, for example, geometries that they may find in stone that has actually been embedded into the stone, no lasers were involved whatsoever. This all has to do with particle manipulation. It is a matter of thought. In fact, you will discover that many of your ancient yogis have the ability to do this. Is that as they discipline themselves further into greater states of meditation, they are understanding that the way of matter is indeed just as shapeable as your own clay, and that they can therefore take a rock, place a thought form within that rock, and now all of a sudden there is a design inside that rock. It can be extremely sophisticated. But basically what's happening is that you are seeing solid matter as malleable as clay. And that's what's happened. It appears as if something has been laser scribed or laser etched into a stone. But this is incorrect. It all has to do with thought form, particle, manipulation of matter. And it creates these particular etchings. Because again, this is creating the sign of what you would know as geometrical perfection. For your entire universe, your entire reality, your entire grid is created from these geometries. And that's the sharing that they are leaving together with future generations. This is why the Egyptians utilized what you would refer to as pictographs or hieroglyphs. They did not use words. Because the idea when you're actually using pictographs and hieroglyphs relating to the idea of visual documentation about what's happening with your culture is much more effective and in that sense abstractly understandable than the idea of utilizing the state of words. Words are very limited. And this is why many different ancient cultures will utilize the aspects of pictographs and hieroglyphs, because they represent a much more open explanation, interpretation of abstract understanding to giving you an impression about what was happening with them at their time, even talking to you about philosophies, and even telling you about the nature of ascension. It all comes through this aspect of visual holography in that way. So etching these particular forms of geometric forms into rock all comes through the idea of being able to, quote unquote, master the nature of material and being able to rearrange its own atomic structure malleably, like clay, to therefore place these particular forms of thought forms within a particular structure, such as a rock, a piece of granite. All of that can be done because material relating to matter, once you move into a heightened vibration where you vibrate faster than matter itself, you can therefore manipulate it. So, for example, if you had a fire directly in front of you and you were able to enter a meditative state, entering peacefulness, and being able to impose vibration in your body that now allows you to vibrate faster than the flames of the fire, you will be able to step right through the flames without being scorched whatsoever. And that has to do with the idea of vibrational control, vibrational manipulation. You are able to impose frequency upon yourself, where you are operating stronger, faster, than the idea of the material directly in front of you. This is how yogis could also pass through walls, because they are altering their own body's vibratory frequency to operate at a higher cellular rate, quicker than the material itself, and they can pass through walls. And they can also manipulate the matter of those particular walls in question to, again, implant a thought form pertaining to that of something like geometry or a picture. And again, another person will see that, and they will say, they must have etched this in stone. They must have used some type of lasers. No. No lasers were utilized whatsoever pertaining to those designs. Complete and total thought form, particle, matter, manipulation. All right? We thank you very much. All right, that's interesting. Great information. So thank you very much, Tom, for that. Have a request here. Okay, thank you from Paul. Contribution, Richard, keeping it real. Thanks, Brad. Well, we can only keep it real, right? Nothing unreal exists. So we're going to take probably about one or two more questions, guys, and I think we're going to wrap it up for today. I'm just going to kind of scroll down the list to see where we are here. Okay, here's kind of an interesting question, but we'll look into it. I'm just going to read it out. Jorma has a question here. What is the percentage of who has still a chip in their forebrains as a mind control, tracking, etc., by zeta to reticulars, etc.? Some estimates are 90% had implanted since 1954. But what is the situation right now? Well, why don't we ask Spirit about that? Okay. So, those who have been microchipped by the grays from zeta reticuli, is the amount percent of those who have been chipped higher than 10%, higher than 20, higher than 30, higher than 40, higher than 35, 34, 34%. Okay? 34% of the population had been chipped in the past. It's not 90%. The grays, in that sense, did not have access to that many people of the population. They only had about 1/3, approximately, of access to the population. So from what Spirit is telling me just here, relating to the percentages, 34% have had that happen upon them. Now, all of these are deactivated, can be deactivated in that way. Like I've done with the spirit codes, the healing codes in that particular way. If you go into Faraday cages as well too, electromagnetic pulses can also deactivate these particular types of implants. And from what Spirit is telling me, 34% of the population. Even earlier than that, it wasn't just 1954. It was actually going back into about probably very early 1950s, very late 1940s, around that time. Again, 34% of people who have been chipped in that way have happened between that time and now. Okay, so hope that answers your question, Jorma. Thank you. Okay. All right, guys, thank you very much for all of your questions today and for all of your healing requests. I don't believe I will be here for next Friday. No, I will be in Philadelphia at that time, but the Friday after next, I will be back to do another New Earth Teachings webcast live. So again, thank you everybody for being part of this broadcast today. I really appreciate it, and I'll talk to you again in another perspective of the now. Take care of yourselves. Namaste. Take care of yourselves.